A dizzying number of wealthy, powerful different people from different nationalities around the world would like to have a business in the US and Western countries. They own $1 billion worth of properties in the country, they invest huge amounts in a business, and buy a stake in existing firms or organizations like football clubs, fashion industries, social media, and so on. Russians take the highest place among the investors who own luxuries, mansions, properties, stakes, and investments outside their own country. Some of them even have dual citizenship. Greetings to all our viewers. On today's video we will see wealthy Russian oligarchs who have $1 billion worth of properties and business in the US and Western countries. Because of the current situation which starts in March 2022 when Russia invaded Ukraine, the US and European countries suspended the Russian billionaires' properties and businesses to show their support to Ukraine. The Western and US put a sanctions list for 15 Russian oligarchs, and we will see 5 of them in this video. Before we start our video, if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Also, press the bell to receive a notification when we release a new video. Number 1, Sir Len Blavatnik. He is born in Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic to a Jewish family. Later on, his family migrated to the US. He is a citizen of the United States, and the United Kingdom was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in 2017. Like the other Russian billionaire, Blavatnik made his fortune after the collapse of the Soviet Union in the tumultuous privatization of state-owned aluminum and oil assets. He joined with a friend from university, Viktor Vekselberg, to form the Renova investment vehicle and obtained a stake in the Irkutsk aluminum plant. Their company Sul had become the second largest aluminum firm in Russia. Also in 1996, they obtained a coal mine in Kazakhstan. Len Blavatnik founded Access Industries in 1986 as an investment company in New York City, United States. The industrial focus is on natural resources and chemicals, media and telecommunications, venture capital, and real estate. It is headquartered in New York, with additional investments in Europe, Israel, and Latin America. Access purchased a large stake in the fashion label, Tory Burch, in 2004. In 2007, Access Industries purchased a majority stake in the sports media company Perform Group. Also that year, Access became an owner of ISYOBET British-based messaging software. He purchased a Warner Music Industry company in 2011 for $3.3 billion. He took the company public in June 2020 at quadruple the value. Blavatnik made a fortune selling his stake in Russian oil company TNK-BP for $7 billion in 2013. Len Blavatnik is also known as an extremely generous donator. He donations to Oxford University $115 million in 2010, to Harvard University $50 million in 2013, Carnegie Hall $25 million in 2016, Tate Modern $65 million in 2017, and the Harvard Medical School $200 million in 2018, among many others. These donations are not entirely disinterested. He got respect from the Westerns, and in 2017 Queen Elizabeth herself knighted him, thereby granting him the definitive passport. They have also allowed him to put his name on an extraordinary amount of buildings and institutions like the Blavatnik School of Government at Oxford, the Blavatnik Building at Tate Modern, Blavatnik Hall at the Victoria and Albert Museum, and the Blavatnik Institute at Harvard. Blavatnik's property holdings included a mansion on London's Kensington Palace Gardens worth £200 million, the Grand Hotel du Cap Ferret in the French Riviera, and more than $275 million of Manhattan homes. A member of oligarchs, Blavatnik, a dual citizen of the United States and the United Kingdom, isn't among the other people sanctioned by the federal government in the March 2022 crisis. When his school friend and a business partner have had a sanction rule problem since 2018. According to a Forbes report in 2022, Blavatnik's net worth is estimated at $36 billion. Number 2, Alisher Usmanov. He is a Russian magnate with an approximate net worth of US $19.5 billion in 2022, according to Bloomberg Billionaires Index report. Usmanov is one of the Russian oligarchs' members and a close person to the Russian President Vladimir Putin. Usmanov made his first fortune producing plastic bags and then went on to increase his assets manifold by leveraging his investments in several infrastructure corporations. He invested his earnings in mining, lumber, and electrometallurgical companies, and later on acquired stakes in businesses involving publishing, mobile telephony, broadband services. He has also bought stakes in Arsenal and Everton, frontline EPL soccer clubs, and is the owner of Kommersant, a mainstream daily newspaper published from Russia. He has invested heavily in Russia's largest internet company Mail.ru Group, as well as in leading automated social networking sites including Facebook and Twitter. Usmanov owns stakes in international technology behemoths like Alibaba, Airbnb, Groupon, Zocdoc, and Zynga. He owns a historical place built in 1525. The Tudor mansion Sutton Place is on 300 acres in northeast of Guildford in Surrey, which cost him £10 million in 2004. Alisher Usmanov owns Beechwood House on 11 acres, a Victorian mansion in northwest London that cost him £48 million in 2008. He also owns a yacht called Dilber, one of the 6th longest yachts in the world, and an estimated worth of $800 million. Also, he owns one of the 5 most expensive private jets in the world. However, in March 2022, most of the properties and businesses run by Usmanov were seized by the authorities of Europe and America as part of a series of sanctions on Russian oligarchs during the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Number 3. Roman Abramovich. He was an orphan, a mechanic, a plastic toy distributor, then become a moderately successful businessman. Abramovich is a billionaire Russian oligarch and politician. Even he was a governor of Chukotka Autonomous Okrug from 2000 to 2008 and the closest confidant of current Russian leader Vladimir Putin. He enriched his big move after the Soviet Union collapsed by obtaining Russian state-owned assets at prices far below market value in Russia's controversial loans for shares privatization program. His net worth was $23.5 billion somewhere around 2008, and in 2019, it became $12.9 billion, which makes him the second richest person in Israel, the 11th richest in Russia, and the richest person in Portugal, accounting for his citizenship in each. Forbes reported as the beginning of 2022 his net worth become $14.50 billion. Abramovich is recognized in the world as the owner of Chelsea, a Premier League football club in England. Abramovich became the owner of the company that controls Chelsea FC in West London in June 2003. Since the takeover, the club has won 18 major trophies, and he spends a high amount of money to transfer the best players to the club. In 2009, he bought 16 Kensington Palace Gardens in London, a 15-bedroom mansion, for £90 million. In 2015, he invested and led a $30 million fund for an international firm called Per Equities. The partners include several well-known people from the music industry, among them David Guetta, Nicki Minaj, Lil.i.am, and others. The firm currently manages over $1 billion in assets. In May 2018, Abramovich became an Israeli citizen, a month after the UK delayed renewing his visa. But he is using a Tier 1 investor visa, designed for wealthy foreigners who invest at least £2 million in Britain. He owns the Varsano Boutique Hotel in the Neve Tzedek neighborhood of Tel Aviv, Israel, which he bought for approximately £24 million in 2015. In January 2020, he purchased a property in Herzliya Patuah, Israel, for a record £54 million. He purchased a $74 million 4 Upper East Side townhouses in Manhattan, New York City. These townhouses are planned to be combined into a megamansion that will measure 19,400 square feet, and it is estimated that renovation costs will be an additional $100 million. Abramovich spends a great amount of money on his luxuries yachts and private jets. In 2010, he bought a 162.5-meter yacht called Eclipse, which is built in Germany. Including the yacht's interior and exterior, Eclipse is believed to have cost Abramovich around the US $400 million. Solaris is a 138.7-meter yacht built in 2021 for Roman Abramovich by Lloyd Werft. It's worth the US $600 million. The yacht is the 15th largest in the world. Abramovich owns a private Boeing 767-33 Air, registered in Aruba as P4MS. The aircraft was estimated in 2016 to cost US $300 million. In 2021, Abramovich exchanged a Boeing 767 for a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. Abramovich was one of 7 oligarchs sanctioned by the UK government over the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, including asset freezes and travel bans. Number 4. Igor Shuvalov. He is a Russian politician. He is the chairman of the management board of a Russian bank. Shuvalov was the most senior member of the cabinet after the prime minister. He earned his fortune as a lawyer and businessman before he joined the government. Igor Shuvalov's assets in the UK include 2 luxury Whitehall Court Million in central London, worth an estimated £11.4 million. Owns a £38 million worth of private jet to transport his wife to Europe in a 88-meter yacht called Amor Vero. According to the Vedomosti newspaper, the Shuvalov family has a house in Austria and an apartment in the UK. Igor's property, including the yacht and jet, is suspended by the EU in March 2022 because of Russia invading Ukraine politics. Number 5. Arkady Rotenberg. As of 2022, a net worth of $3 billion. He is a Russian billionaire businessman and oligarch. With his brother Boris Rotenberg, he was co-owner of the Strugas Montes Group, the largest construction company for gas pipelines and electrical power supply lines in Russia. He is a close confidant, business partner, and childhood friend of President Vladimir Putin. He owns a 2011 Benetti 65-meter yacht named Rahul. Owns a US $60 million Bombardier Global 6000 private jet. He owns a large mansion named Upper Ribston in the UK. The Russian businessman owns many houses, including several properties in Italy and France. His main residence is considered to be Upper Ribston, a large mansion in the UK. The March 2022 sanction affected Rotenberg as the other oligarchs affected. The EU suspend him to move his jet yacht including a visa and flight to European countries. The Russian and Ukraine conflict changed the world's economic infrastructure in a big way, and the Russian billionaires are one of the highest victims. They lost millions worth of business because of the EU and US sanctions to support Ukraine. Since the invasion, more than 500 Russian individuals, entities, and their subsidiaries across all sanctions regimes are on the sanctions list. This is all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and share the video, and subscribe if you are new to our channel. Thank you.